Hi, my name is Kimberly Nava, and today I'm going to be covering the topic of the Nuremberg laws, and they're also known as the race laws. To begin with this topic, you have to first understand everything that was going on in history that led to this point. Basically, what was going on before these laws were signed. Jews were already experiencing discrimination from Germans because Germans were told that the Jewish were the blame of all their problems. And Jews were expected to wear yellow stars on their clothing to help easily identify them. And this was a form of discrimination because it made them an easy target to those non Jewish Germans. Later came the Nuremberg laws that were signed on September 15, 1935, by Hitler and some of the members of the Nazi Party. The members that helped sign the laws were the Minister of Justice, the Deputy, and the Minister of the Interior. On this day, two laws were passed: the Citizenship Law and the Law for the Protection of German Blood and Honor. And these laws were made specifically to benefit those who were part of the Aryan race and to basically protect their honor. And they were not meant for those who were Jewish. Rather, these were a form of humiliating them and depriving them of their own citizenship rights. Who was a citizen? So basically, Jews were stripped of their citizenship. Due to these laws, Jews were no longer citizens of Germany. Not only were Jews not part of Germany as citizens, but Germany was only left to those who were part of the Aryan race, such as the non-Jewish Germans. Anyone who had a Jewish grandparent or ancestor was now Jew, despite their beliefs and what they practiced for religion. If you were a German that had married a Jew before these laws were passed, you are now considered a Jew because of your spouse. So, how exactly did these laws protect the German blood? Well, this law did not allow marriages between non Jewish Germans and Jewish people. Jews and Germans were also not allowed to have any sexual relationships, and a lot of propaganda like this image was used to cause fear in Germans and Jewish people so that they did not mix their blood. The second part of this law stated that no female under the age of 45 was allowed to work for any Jewish person. Jews were also no longer allowed to fly the German flag. They were told that they had to stick to their own colors, which is something I find very strange because the Jewish considered themselves part of Germany, and having to stick to their own religion must have been a big change. There were many consequences to breaking these laws. You would either disappear, which meant that you were sent to a concentration camp if you were a Jewish person, or if you were not Jewish and you were German or considered part of the Aryan race, you were sent to jail and had to be part of forced labor and had to do hard labor in order to pay your mistakes. The Germans were separated from the Jews. The Jews were no longer able to work in an office or anything that was government related. They were no longer allowed to vote. And to identify Jews on a passport, they had to be stamped with a red J, as we can see in this image. Jews were split into two groups: the first degree Jews and the second degree Jews. The first degree Jews were those Jewish people that had two Jewish grandparents, but they did not practice Judaism and they did not have a Jewish partner. The second degree Jews were those that had one Jewish grandparent. If you had three Jewish grandparents, you were considered a full Jew. Adult Jewish people were not the only ones impacted by these laws. Jewish children were also no longer allowed to attend school with non Jewish Germans. Many Jewish parents were sent a letter just like this one to let them know that their children were no longer wanted in school. Many Germans were encouraged to be violent against Jews, and Germans blamed the Jews, of course, for all their problems. And the Germans were encouraged not to buy anything from Jewish stores and anything that related to Jewish people. The Germans would often vandalize stores just like these, and authorities actually encourage these violent acts.